everybody, and welcome to Monday, October 25th. For today is odds. We have some new daily rolls for today. Today we are looking at how do different literary elements impact our understanding of a story. So far, with all the different stories we've read, we've gotten to look at different types of literary elements. For this week, we're kind of putting it together. We're going to be taking some literary elements note. I gave you guys a packet physically in class. There is a literary elements packet that I have you guys complete. So I'm going to go through and show you electronically what that packet looks like, where I will be putting it in Google Classroom, so that if you're working from home, you can find it. I will also be showing you the presentation, so exactly like we went through on Monday. Okay, I haven't quite posted it yet, but this is going to be the Rikki Tikki Tavi plot, conflict, and theme packet, okay? We're going to be taking notes here. So you're going to be putting down your objective here, essential question here, name, class, period. Your questions, subtopics here on the left, notes on the right, keywords, and summary. The usual stuff, okay? We will be working with this packet a little bit later on, but we're going to focus on this part for today, Monday. All right, let's do this. So, you are taking notes on literary elements, okay? The first note that I expect you to take is what is plot? Okay, plot is a sequence of events that make a story. In your notes, you can open it with Cami if you'd like. If you're working electronically, you can work through Cami. That's fine by me. So, just as a reminder on how to take notes, remember topic objective. For me, it's going to be plot, theme, and conflict, okay? Name. So, for example, Ms. Ornelas' name. Oops. Another text box. Okay, Ms. Ornelas. Depending on what class you are, make sure to fill this in. Okay? Text box. Again, our essential question for today, it's always on our daily agenda. It is, how do different literary elements impact our understanding of a story? We went through this together in class. I had you guys fill it out. Okay? Your first question, your first subtopic is, what is plot? Then you're going to go right here on the side. I'm going to fix this, what's actually on the line. Plot is a sequence of events and what is plot? Let's go back to it. Plot is a sequence of events that make up a story, okay? You cannot have a story that does not have some sort of sequence of events that make up a story. I always tell you guys, have your own examples. You can say, for example, the moments that make a story. Paraphrase. Okay. I always tell you guys to have your own examples or your own paraphrasings. That would be an example of one. Okay, let's get into it. What is plot? So plot is that sequence of events that make a story. There are different ways that our stories are told, but having those events, that is plot, just having the events laid out. So, what are the different ways the plot can be told? There's 4 main ways. Chronological order, which is going 1, 2, 3, 4. The events happened exactly as you told them. So, if I was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I would grab the bread, grab the peanut butter and jelly, grab the butter knife, then I would spread the peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other side, put them together, finally enjoy them and eat them. That story is being told in order. Okay? Chronological order. It's just being told in order. Flashback. Flashback is when we are going back in time, chicos. So, it could be right now I'm filming this video, I'm a little bit hungry, and I am flashing back to the time I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich this morning. I'm going back to it. You will often see this in movies, films, TV shows, where a character will be in the middle of action, maybe they'll be getting punched, and then all of a sudden it'll freeze frame, and it'll go, it'll say, you're probably wondering how I got to this. Exactly. That moment, that's the flashback. And when the story goes back to the beginning, that's when we understand that the story is taking place much later, but the character's going back so that you understand what's happening. Okay? Flash forward, when we start thinking events in the future, it's forward. Okay, and then foreshadowing, events that lead us to anticipate what's going to happen. We will talk a little bit more about foreshadowing within the next couple of days. Okay? Then we went on to plot structure. This is the most exciting part of the story. It's where we learn the outcome, the events leading to the story, where the main character faces a series of conflicts. The plot structure, ladies and gentlemen, it's a mix of the plot diagram. It has 5 main parts: exposition, rising action, climax, filing action, and resolution, okay? This is where we learn about the characters, what happens to the characters, the most exciting part, what happens at the end of the story, and then that resolution, okay? This is the structure of a story, always. Remember, we must always have conflict in a story. Without conflict, we have once upon a time, they lived happily ever after. It's a straight line, okay? It's always a straight line. So that finishes up that little subsection on plot. So you should have some notes right here, such as there is always a different order for stories to be told. You can have chronological order, flashback, flash forward, or a foreshadowing. What's going to happen, okay? So this is what I expect somewhat in your notes, chicos. Whether you did this on paper or you did this electronically, this is what I expect to see. Okay, let's move on to the next one. What is conflict? So conflict is the struggle between 2 opposing forces in a story. Okay, 2 people want different things, and that creates conflict. We studied this with King of Maisie May. We studied the 4 different types of conflict. I will review them again, so this is not something huge. External conflict is a conflict that is observable. It's outside, it's exiting, okay? When I say external, it's outside. When I say internal, it's inside. It's a conflict within a character's mind, a difficult decision, okay? A conflict is a problem or it's a struggle. There's man versus self, internal conflict. Man versus nature, okay, where nature's causing some sort of issue. So in Call the Klondike, it was the dogs, it was the frozen tundra that they lived upon. Man versus society, remember it's man character versus a larger group, community, culture. Remember, society is the blob, okay? Society created the door, but the person that cannot enter through the door with a wheelchair, you have an issue with society. And then there's man versus man, where the character has a problem with another character, okay? So there are conflict types. So that finishes up conflicts. It's just those 2 little themes. So I should have on this left side, of course, right here, what is conflict? In class, I also had you guys create the pyramid. I will not for just the video's sake, but we also did that as well. Okay, let's get back into it. Theme. Theme is the me. Theme is a central message of a literary work that relates to life. Okay, without theme, we're not getting very far. So how do we make a literary theme? Theme statements. It's topic plus verb. So love is magical, okay? We need that topic plus verb to create a theme statement, or the me statement. So this is an example of some theme topics that I had you guys look at. And then here are the verbs in order to create a theme statement. So in class, we created a theme statement based on the movie Frozen. So, for example, I said family overcomes, that was our verb we chose, hatred or any problem. I really like family overcoming any problem. And remember, when we're writing this out in a paper, in a thesis, in a prompt, we do not obviously write family plus overcome equal any problem. You're going to write it out like a full and complete sentence. Family can overcome any problem, any issue. So you're writing it out a little bit more. This is just so you guys can get the basics. We did some theme statement practices with Ricky Tikki. I had you write it down in your notes as well. So here, I had you write down what is theme, and then write down a theme for Ricky Tikki Tavi. Okay? It was a long day. This is all we really went over for most of my classes because I wanted you guys to get it. Tomorrow, we will be going over the rest of the packet as well. Okay? So that is what we did today. Our exit ticket, how can understanding literary elements change how we read a story for the first or second time, as this is a second read for many of you. All right, you guys, as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, send me an email before or after school, and I'll help you guys out. Other than that, I'll see you guys in class.